Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the Carbootcrafter, and welcome to another Christmas in July project. This time it's this little origami box that I've made, and you can make them any size you like. This is the size I'm sticking to this year. I've got a couple of things in mind for Christmas presents for this year. I know it's still early, I know it's still only July, but you know, your mind does wander across to Christmas when you're doing Christmas in July projects, doesn't it? So anyway, this is the size I want to make, but you can make it any size you like. This is one I made a few years ago, and I've kept it as a reminder of the project, because I haven't done a video on this one before. So yeah. So it's a really simple project. This one is made using 12 by 12 papers, and the Christmas one I'm going to make is 8 by 8 papers. But the great thing about this little box is that you can open it up because it doesn't need glue to hold it in place. So you can open it up, lay it flat and keep it until you need it. Even if you've decorated it up like I have with this one, you can still pull it apart. I'm wondering now if I put some glue on it. No, I haven't. You can still pull it apart, lay it flat and keep it till you need it. So let me pop that to one side and I'll show you how to make this one, which is the 8 by 8. Let me have a quick look at what size it is. So that is 3 inches by 3 inches by, let's push that together, by 1.5 inches. So it's not a bad little size. So let's pop that there. Now I am trying to stash bust some of my Christmas papers because I don't know about you guys, but I've ended up with so many, which is so I'm going to go try and use up some of this pad this Christmas. So I'm going to use this one for all my boxes. So I want to use that one, and I want to pair it with that one, which, yeah, that's that one. So that one wants to be my lid, and I think that one wants to be my bottom. So let's pop them to one side. This one, it's a Do Craft one. I picked up for about £2 at that fabulous craft shop in Llandudno on Mostyn Street. If you're ever up that way, do go and check it out. They've got some fabulous things. Now, to make the lid and the bottom, there are 2 different ways of doing it. The way I'm going to show you doesn't require you to cut the papers down, but if you don't want to do this one, if you want to do the cut down one, all you do is take about 1/4 inch off each side. You can go a little less than 1/4 inch, but don't go any more. But this way, I think, is by far the easiest. So this is my bottom. So all I'm going to do is show you how to make the simple folds. So what you're going to do is fold it in half like that. And I don't want you to crease it all. I just want you to crease in the middle, just a little bit like that. And this is just a point of reference. Open it up, so you've got our little crease in the middle, turn it and do exactly the same on the other side. Line it all up and just put a little crease there so that we now have our middle. Let me grab my pen and I can put a dot there so you can see. So there's my dot, so I know that's my middle because there's my crease line there, and I've got another crease line there. I've got a pencil to show you. So I've got one little crease line there and a little crease line there, and the dot is my middle, and that's what we're going to use as our point of reference. Turn it on the diagonal and you're going to work on one of the points. Doesn't matter because you're going to do the same with all of them. Bring your point into that dot, okay, and then crease across. I'm going to use my bone folder so we get some good creases. Turn it and do the same on the other side. Be careful not to overlap, but let's push that up to the dot like that, or our cross in the middle of our papers, and then get your bone folder and do that again. Same with this one. So we're going to do it on all 4 sides. We're going to treat all 4 sides at this point exactly the same. So making sure that I'm not overlapping my papers. Let's crease that. And then our last one. Bring that up, right up to the dot, making sure we're not going overlapping anywhere. And then crease it down like that. Okay, once we've got to them, I'm going to open it up again on 2 of the sides. I'm going to leave these 2. And I'm going to now bring this edge up and I'm going to line it up with that dot. So I'm going to bring it up, being careful to hold this point in. Let me fold that one back and I'll show you why. If I just bring it up, that point wants to move forward. So just be careful to hold it like that while you bring it up. Line up. Now you're going to use points of reference. What we want to do is line it up with the point there, or just below. But we also want to make sure that we're even. So I'm going to line up my crease mark here and make sure it carries on with the rest of the crease mark there. Let me grab my pencil again. So there's my crease mark there, and on this side as well. So I'm bringing it up just below that point, and while I hold it there, I'm making sure that this crease is lined up with this crease here. So we've got it all going up there, and the same on this side, so that it's all creased is going up there, so that we know that that is even. Grabbing my bone folder and going all the way across. Then I'm going to turn it around, do exactly the same on the other side. I'll open that out so you can see, fold that back over, bring this up almost to the middle, almost to the top of that point, lining up. I'm a little bit squiffed, so I'm going to check there. The same here, that's fine. And now I'm going to crease, and what that does is that makes sure that we're creasing on gosh, what's the word, so all our creases are straight and level. Then I'm going to open it up and do exactly the same on these 2. So I'm going to bring that up, and this time we've already got 1, 2, 3 creases. It's this one here, the middle one, that I want to line up with, and on that side like that. So that just helps. So not the first one or the third one, but that's that one in the middle, that second one. So bring it up almost to that point, line up with those creases like that, and I'm going to bring my bone folder in and give that a good score and open that out. And I'm going to do the same on this side, pop that back in the middle, bring that side up, line it up almost to that point, and then line up this crease mark and this crease mark. Perfect. And there we go. So that's all our creases done. Now I'm going to grab my scissors, and this time what I'm going to do, and it doesn't matter which side you choose because all our lines are the same. We've got 1, 2, 3 lines, and we've got 1, 2, 3 lines, creases, folds should I say. So it doesn't matter which point. You might want to take some notice of the pattern at the bottom if you want the pattern to lie a particular way. But this time we're going to be working on the inside crease marks, so these ones here, so right in the middle there. So these 2, so 1, 2, third one. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut from here past the first crease score mark to the second score mark. Now there's this one here, 1, 2, it's the inner one. So I'm just going to grab my scissors and cut down the score mark, and then stop at that inner score mark there. Okay, I'm going to do the same on this side. So I've got one score mark here and another one there, and then that's my inner one, my third one, and I'm going to cut down there like that until I reach that score mark like that. So we've got that. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it all the way around and do exactly the same at this end. So that's the first score mark. This is where that third score mark joins. I'm going to cut down until I get to the middle one there. Okay, and the same on this side. So score mark, fold down this one, and I get to the inner one there, and then I stop. So now you've got that happening. Okay, and then we just have to fold, which is the easiest bit. So these two bits, so the bigger fatter pieces, we're going to fold that one back in. Let me do it one at a time. Showing off, trying to do it two-handed. So the fatter sides, one with the wings on, you're going to fold that one back to that point, and then you're going to bring up the side. A tip here is to make sure that this fold line matches up with this one here, so it's nice and straight. Then get your score, your bone folder, and give that a good score. Bring this side up and do exactly the same here. Make sure that that score line, that fold line there, measures, meets that one there. Give that another score, and then we're going to do it on the same on the other side. So bring this piece in to the middle. That was our first fold. Bring these side ones in. Line those two. So line this edge up with this one when you fold it, and the same on this side. So everything's all lined up, which it is. Crease that down. Then bring those pieces up, because these now need to go across to form our box. So we've got those two wings are coming in. It doesn't matter whether you've got both of them on the inside, you've got one either side, whatever. So bring those in, and then this piece comes up over the top and comes down and folds in like that. Okay, and you're going to do the same with this side. So you've got our two wings here. You're going to bring this up and over and bring it in like that. And to reinforce those, we're going to put it on its side and just reinforce that score line like that. Let's go all the way around like that. And once you've done that, it will stay. And what happens is they kind of hold each other in the middle there like that. But if you're not too sure and don't want to trust it, you can always peel that back and put a little bob of glue on the inside of each one of those little triangles that sit. So that's our bottom, and let me show you the top. So the top, you're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to fold it in half. Going to just do a little score there, crease mark there. So we've got a piece going across like that. Turn it around and go the other way, making sure we're lining it up. Do a little mark there. So we now have a piece going like that, and then the middle, that's our middle where they two go across. And we're going to do exactly the same, but this time, because it's the lid and I haven't cut down the bottom, If I was doing it with the other way, the cut down way, then I'd have cut down the bottom on two of their sides. But because I'm not, what I need to do is make some room for it to fit over the top of the bottom, which sounds a bit odd, but it will make sense. So when we bring it in, now with our bottom, we brought it in right up to that dot, didn't we, on all 4 of our corners. But for this one to fit over the top of our bottom, we're going to come back a little bit, just about 1/8 of an inch. Not a lot, not a huge amount. Don't go 1/4 of an inch or anything like that. 1/8 of an inch is enough, because it'll be 1/8 of an inch all the way round. So I'm going to turn it round and do exactly the same on this side. I'm going to come back about 1/8 of an inch. So these will not now butt up to each other in the same way that this one did. These two, when we fold it like this, the 2 papers butted up to each other. But because we're coming back up about 1/8 of an inch, it won't. So we should have a little bit of a gap between our 2 papers there. Okay, carry on folding. Bring it round, go to the dot, come back about 1/8 of an inch, and score that. And then same here, up to there, come back 1/8 of an inch, and fold that down. Now, because we've done 1/8 of an inch, that's about 1/4 of an inch all round, slightly bigger than our bottom. And then from now on, it's exactly the same again. So opening those 2 out, we're going to bring up this edge while we're holding our pointy bit. Bring it up till it almost comes to the pointy bit, the top of our point, but on this one, which isn't so easy to see on the cream paper. I do apologise. I never thought really about the camera, but there we go, lining up our creases. I haven't put the pencil marks up on this one because I don't think you need it. So we end up with our 1, 2, 3 crease marks. Turn it round and do exactly the same on this side, lining up the side crease marks and scoring that, and then exactly the same on this side. And it is exactly the same fold all the way around. Let's get those crease marks lined up. There we go, all the way around. And last one, bring that in, bring our crease, our fold up almost to the point, trying to be even with the distance between the point and the crease mark. Okay, and open it out. And again, I'm going to grab my scissors, and so I've got 1, 2, 3, and then on this side 1, 2, 3, and it's this piece here that I want to go from this, where it joins where the crease is, all the way down to that point there. Hopefully you can see that. Now, because we've come slightly further away when we did this, we won't have such a sharp point. These 2 crease marks won't meet. I'll just show you. That's where, that's not a very good point actually. Show you this side. So that is where our 2 crease marks are. So you'll see they don't actually come to a point. They don't actually join there on any of them, because we got that little bit of extra when we pulled back from the dot in the middle. So exactly the same. I'm just going to cut down on both of those score marks, like we did before, giving us that. Turn it 180 and do the same on the other side to that third score mark. Not so easy to see sometimes, especially on the cream paper. This is ever so slightly cream. It may look white on the camera, but it's very slightly cream. There we go. So again, working on the bit with the wings, we're going to bring those back in, bring the sides up, making sure we line up these edges like that, and the same on this side, all lined up. Reinforce all those score marks like that. Same on this side. So your score marks should line up, but sometimes they can be ever so slightly out. And sometimes because you are folding over two pieces, they can sometimes shift a little bit. That's why you have to double check. So again, I'm going to open these out, bring it in to form the box like that, and I'm going to bring this over, tucking those two wings in, so like that, and I'm just going to tuck that in. The same on this side. Let me show you a different angle. Bringing those two in, bring this up, fold it over and just pinch it in. Then grab your bone folder and go all the way around the outside and reinforce, particularly on those that you've just brought over the top around those, because they've got a little bit further to go. And you've got yourself your box, which should fit snugly on top of there like that. And then just decorate it however you want. So simple to make, but really, really easy. And like I said, if you're making them for Christmas, if you're making them now for Christmas like I am, you can open them up, all the hard work's done. You could decorate the top of your box like I have with that one, and then just stack them, which I think is what I'm going to do. So I've got my top with my bottom like that, and I think I'll do the same with this one. Open that up and stack them on top of each other so that I can store them in a little actually these are 8 by 8, so I might be able to store them in a little plastic wallet, a little plastic A4 wallet, and that keeps them safe then till Christmas. And all I then have to do is assemble. I don't have to worry about all this cutting and scoring and folding. So there you go, that is 2 boxes made. And I'm just going to put this one back together again, because I do like to keep this one out and out on the side, just to remind me. I do make lots of these actually, and they are great fun to make. And I think this was probably Do Craft papers as well. Look how easy they go together. That's me. I've not even got it straight on the desk, and it's come together so easy. That's the lid. This is the bottom. Fold those two in, bring these in like that, bring that over the top. It just wants to go back into the shape. Pop the lid on. Job's a good one. There you go. And yeah, so I hope you like them. Hope you give them a try, and I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, take care. Happy Christmas in July. Bye for now.